Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Let's Talk Football. My name is Liam. We are currently in one of the greatest Premier League title races of recent seasons. Let's take a look at the three teams in contention to win this season's Premier League trophy. Let's look at the numbers. Let's look at their most recent matches this game week. And let's talk about who I think will be lifting that famous trophy at the end of the season. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Like if you enjoy the content and get involved in the comment section. I would love to talk to you guys. That is the premise of the video. It is Let's Talk Football. Let's have that conversation down in those comments. All right, so the Premier League season is just after its midway point. Clubs are fighting and scrapping for every single available point. The top three is ridiculously close. 2 points separate first from third. Top spot, you've got Liverpool at the moment, 60 points. They have played 26 games and they're currently sitting on a plus 38 goal difference. In second is their arch rivals of recent seasons, Manchester City. They are on 59 points, also with 26 games played. They are sitting at plus 33 goal difference. And then third spot is Arsenal, sitting on 58 points. Also, with 26 games played, they're sitting on a plus 39 goal difference. So not only is it a 2-point difference at the top of the table, but the goal difference is even exceptionally close this year. Let's take a look at each of these clubs. Take a look at the most recent game. Talk about the scoreline, how they're playing, some interesting and notable news about each club. Let's start with Arsenal. They're just coming off of a 4-1 demolition of Newcastle United. The Emirates was treated to some fantastic football Saturday night. Started off in the 18th minute with a own goal. It was Sven Botman who eventually put it into his own net, but it was Gabriel who forced the goal to go in. He created that moment of goal scoring. The 24th minute saw Kai Havertz get on the score sheet. 65th minute was the Emirates star boy, Bukayo Saka. And in the 69th minute, it was his first ever Arsenal goal for the Polish fullback, Kwirar. I said that so wrong. I'm so sorry. My Polish, if you come here to this channel for pronunciations, it's just not going to happen. And then a little consolation moment in the 84th minute. Joe Willock got on the score sheet for Newcastle against his former club, so that was good to see. The Newcastle fans had something to cheer about before their exceptionally long journey home. Some of the numbers from the game, possession stats finished 56% for Arsenal, 44% for Newcastle. I'm actually surprised it's not more in favor of Arsenal. The first half, they were dominant. I mean, the numbers say for themselves. The 4 goals, 2 in the first half, but the press, the possession, the ability to win the ball. I don't even think Newcastle got out of their half for more than 5 or 10 minutes in that first half. Arsenal were brilliant in the first 45. Shots on goal ended 8-2. So again, it just shows the level of dominance in this 90-minute game. To talk about the actual game itself, like I mentioned, Arsenal were dominant. Their press, their ability to win the ball back high, exceptional. It was one of the best performances I think they've put in the Premier League so far this season. Saying that, I thought Newcastle were garbage. They couldn't string together passes. They couldn't get past that high press of Arsenal. They ran out of ideas when it came to getting past the midfield point. Isaac was left alone up top. He had no service pretty much the majority of the game. Second half, they got better. They grew in. They had a couple chances, but in reality, this was a one-sided game. 4-1 on the score sheet. It probably could have been more. Arsenal missed 1 or 2 chances. It could have easily been 5 or 6. But Arsenal, we need to look at their current form. They have been exceptional since the international break. Their last Premier League loss was December 31st versus Fulham. They lost 2-1 on the night. Since then, they are 6 wins out of 6 games played. They have scored 25 goals and only conceded 3. So the numbers speak for themselves. And within those 6 games, Mr. Bukayo Saka has been incredible as well. He's got 8 goals and 1 assist in his last 7 Arsenal appearances. Mikel Arteta has this team absolutely flying right now. And I mean, they are well and truly within this title race. There was question marks earlier in the season of, do they have a good enough goal scorer? Could Gabriel Jesus be the man to lead them to a Premier League title race? They don't need Gabriel Jesus right now. They're doing it as a team effort. The midfield, the center backs are scoring goals. And they have a genuine star in Bukayo Saka. He is good enough to lead this team to greatness. Martin Odegaard pulling strings in the midfield. They also got players like Gabriel Martinelli, who is being very good out wide. Trossard has come in and popped in with a few very important, crucial goals. Overall, if you are an Arsenal fan, you are very excited at the moment. You are seeing a very good team being put together. Performances week in and week out have been first class. This title race, truly, Arsenal is involved. So they are in 3rd spot. If we move up to 2nd spot, it is Manchester City, currently sitting on 59 points, like I mentioned earlier. Their game this week, also on the Saturday, was a 1-0 victory versus Bournemouth. It was Phil Foden in the 24th minute who got the only goal. Some of the numbers, possession stats, of course, Manchester City is going to be in their favor. It ended at 62% for Manchester City to Bournemouth's 38%. Shots on goal, a little bit closer. It ended 6 shots for Manchester City, 4 for Bournemouth. Overall, this game was a bit of a tight, cagey affair. Bournemouth had chances. Bournemouth were within this game to maybe make it a bit interesting, pull it to 1-1. Unfortunately, they just couldn't get that good enough opportunity to take it. There was a very close opportunity where Ederson made the save on the actual goal line. It went to goal line technology and it was cleared away, clearly not over the line. But Bournemouth had chances, but Manchester City do as they do. They get the goal, they set up shop, they pass the ball around, they frustrate the opponent, they get the victory. Question marks about Erling Haaland. Yes, he scored the previous game, but this one here, he missed a couple big chances. He got taken off a little bit early, I think, for his liking. I think he came off a little frustrated, a little angry, probably at himself for how he's been playing recently. I know it's ridiculous to be harsh on the best goal scorer in the Premier League, but you have to ask questions when he's not scoring every single game. But you cannot argue Manchester City's form. Their last loss was December 6th, 1-0 versus Aston Villa. Since then, though, a couple interesting numbers. Overall in the entire season, they have drawn 5 games and they've lost 3 times. Which, when we're used to the Manchester City of the past few seasons, the 100 points and everything like that, 5 draws and 3 losses is a bit unheard of for Manchester City under Pep Guardiola. But again, they're great. This is a fantastic team with exceptional depth. I don't think anyone's really going to count Manchester City out of the title race at any point. We know what they're capable of. We know they win. We know they will be consistent to the end of the year. This team will be in that title fight until the very last day of the Premier League. And now let's look at top spot at the moment, 60 points, Liverpool. They played earlier in the week due to the Carabao Cup final, which will be this Sunday, Liverpool versus Chelsea. Unfortunately, I'm recording this on the Saturday right after the Arsenal game, so I cannot talk too much about the Carabao Cup final, but the Liverpool game was earlier this week versus Luton. Liverpool won 4-1 in a comeback victory. It was Ogbene of Luton who opened the scoring 12 minutes in. A header at the back post caused a little shockwave, a little bit of nervousness to echo around Anfield. Again, when the title race is this tight, any points dropped could be disastrous. Luckily for Jurgen Klopp and the rest of Anfield, Liverpool have enough quality to go on and get the victory. 56th minute, Virgil van Dijk scores. 58th minute, Cody Gakpo scores. 71st minute, it was Luis Diaz. And the 90th minute, to put a little cherry on top, it was Harvey Elliott to make it 4-1 for the hosts. Comeback victory, well and truly completed. Top of the table, 60 points. Numbers from that game, Liverpool finished 61% possession to Luton's 39%. And shots on goal were a very convincing 13-3 for Jurgen Klopp's men. It was a nervy start, and of course, going a goal down early, 12 minutes in, everyone was kind of like, oh my God, is this going to be a shock result? Luton coming to Anfield, getting a massively historic, famous victory, really throwing a dent into Liverpool's title chances. Ultimately, no. Liverpool have a fantastic squad who are able to battle back, get the goals needed, get the 3 points. Liverpool's last loss, however, though, was February 4th, so not very long ago. It was a 3-1 loss at the hands of Arsenal, which was a massive moment in the title race. Liverpool themselves, I talked about Manchester City's draws and losses. Liverpool this season, 6 draws, 2 losses. It's pretty unheard of for top of the table teams recently in the Premier League, at least, to have 6 draws at this stage of the season. I mentioned the Carabao Cup final versus Chelsea happening Sunday. There's a couple question marks around this fixture and Liverpool in general. Liverpool have an extraordinary amount of injuries. Alisson Becker, he's out for a while. Curtis Jones, he's out for a while. Trent Alexander-Arnold, they're being a little tight-lipped with him, but I think he's going to be out for a little bit as well. Jota will be out for a while. He had a bad knee injury. Dominic Szoboszlai is supposedly close to coming back, but not going to be ready for Sunday. Darwin Núñez is also out. Not too sure how long he'll be out for. Mohamed Salah, again, they say he's not going to be fit for Sunday. I feel he might be on the bench if he's even close to ready, because in a game like a Carabao Cup final, you're going to want Mohamed Salah involved. Joel Matip is out, and Thiago is also out. Those are 9 very important Liverpool players out injured at the moment. It's insane, the injury crisis happening at Anfield that Jurgen Klopp has to contend with. Luckily for him, he has a fantastic squad with some great depth. He's got young players coming up. Their academy graduates have been exceptional. They've slotted in so well, so effortlessly. It just shows how next man up, that attitude at a top side like Liverpool or any of these Premier League teams, that next man up attitude is so important. You have to have somebody ready no matter what the situation is, no matter who goes down, you have to have the next man up. Liverpool have been playing very well, though, since that 3-1 loss versus Arsenal. They've been scoring goals. Yes, they've conceded a little bit. Now, maybe that is due to the injuries. Maybe that's due to a bit of rotation at the back. But they've been scoring goals. They've been performing well. Their midfield has been fantastic this season. And really, they have that added little incentive bonus of it's Jurgen Klopp's last season at Liverpool. He would love to go out on top as English champion. And I think the club and the players want to give that to him as well. They want to perform for him and really solidify him as one of the greatest ever Premier League managers. The race at the top is exceptionally tight and genuinely, I don't know if I can call it. I think if I'm a betting man, I'm putting my money on Liverpool. Like I said, I think the depth they have, the quality of players they have once their injuries come back, and that little X factor of the Jurgen Klopp leaving, I think Liverpool will be Premier League champions come the end of the season. Manchester City, though, I will never, ever, ever count them out. Even if mathematically they were out of the title race, I'd go, nope, they still got a chance. They have the best squad in world football. They're going to be within that title race. Pep Guardiola is never going to be counted out. But then you also have to respect Arsenal. I mean, what they're doing right now at the moment, they are looking well and truly like a Premier League champion team. And with things being so tight at the table, 60, 59, and 58 points respectively, one minor slip up, one loss, one bad performance, and You are inviting your enemies closer and closer and closer, and it doesn't take much for them to overtake you in this title race. Let me know down in the comment section who's going to win the Premier League this season. What is that top 3 finish like? Is your club in the title race? I would love to hear from you guys. Get involved in the comment section. Leave a like if you enjoy the video. Subscribe if you're new. My name is Liam. This is Let's Talk Football. We will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.